Hello friends. This is Fiction Quest. How are you all? So in this video, we will see what if Naruto become the member of Powefull Demon Clan and got Harem. But before we start, if you want more amazing stuff like this, then be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Also, if possible, share this video with your friends. Now without wasting any more time, let's begin the story. It is morning in Konoha no Sato. Konoha no Sato. The village hidden in the leaves is the real-life oxymoron of the ninja world. They believe that peace could be achieved by bloodshed. Instead of a dictatorship like the rest of the elemental hidden nations, Konoha is a democracy, led by the council. The Hokage or Fire Shadow is just a front. The Hokage now just merely approves or denies contracts and such. What ultimately makes Konoha an oxymoron is the deep hatred of demons. But where do bloodlines come from? Well, as said, it is in the morning and their faux peaceful living is being disrupted. The Hokage mountain had been painted on. Their beloved Hokages have been violated. As the people of Konoha were disgusted by the mockery of their current and former leaders, they heard a voice. They heard someone say, "I'm going to be the best Hokage to ever exist, Datebyo." They groaned as they knew exactly who he was. The person is Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto Uzumaki is 4 feet 7 inches. He has purple eyes. He has dirty blonde hair. It went down to the middle of his back. He has 3 dark black whisker marks going almost to his sideburns. He is wearing an orange shirt with the Uzumaki swirl on the back. His pants are black with fire on the bottom. He is really cut for a 13-year-old. He has a 6-pack, almost an 8-pack. It is pretty amazing he has any shape because of the malnutrition. He was not overly buff but was buff enough. He is currently running away with the paint. As he ran, a few Jonin, Chunin, and even Anbu were trying to catch Naruto. He is able to hide from the Anbu and Jonin. The only person who has ever caught Naruto Uzumaki is Iruka Amino. Iruka is 5 feet 6 inches tall. He has brown hair that is put up in a ponytail. He has black eyes. He has tan skin. He has a scar going across his nose. Sometimes when no one is around, he is known to make dolphin noises. He grabbed Naruto by the scruff of his neck. He thought to himself, "Naruto, why are you making it harder and harder for me to keep up my transformation? Naruto, you are troublesome baka, aren't you?" XXXXX at the Academy 4X. Hinata was having a great morning. The fact that she was having a great morning was an omen. Hinata has dark blue hair, reminiscent of the color of eggplant, fair skin and lavender gray tinted white eyes. She is usually seen with a timid and shy expression, with the exception of when she is around Naruto Uzumaki. Like the rest of her clan, she possesses the renowned Byakugan, which when activated, stimulates the veins and arteries immediately around her eyes to protrude much more prominently. She looks similar to her mother. Her hair is in a Harem cut style, with chin-length strands framing her face. She wore a cream-colored hooded jacket with a fire symbol on the upper right and left sleeves, and navy blue pants. She is very quiet. She is actually a rebel. She has 4 tattoos. She has an Uzumaki symbol on her ankle. She has the letters of NHU on her wrist. She also has angel wings on her back. She has the Konoha symbol on her shoulder. She is watching the people come into the building. She thought to herself, one more day. One more day and this weak-ass helpless Hinata Hyuga will drop. Then they will see why the Hyugas are the strongest clan. Well, for only a little bit, because the Uzumaki clan started with Naruto-me and I will become the strongest. Sakura, you are such a stupid baka. You didn't give Naruto, a much better guy, the chance because you want a unique vampiric emo like Sasuke. I am seriously starting to question these girls. What are they going to fix his problems? Sure they will, and I am Itachi. Pitiful use of fangirls. Well, I guess there is an upside to this, at least I am the only one after Naruto. Hee hee. She had to wipe the blood of her nose. The next one to come in is Shino. Shino has dark bushy brown hair, pale skin, and was the tallest ninja of this class. He is wearing dark sunglasses and a sea green jacket with a high, upturned collar. He said in a monotone voice, "Hello Hinata-san. Good luck on your test today." Hinata stammered, "Gee, good morning Shino-kun. Good luck on your test today." The next person came into class early today, albeit by force of his mother, is Shikamaru. He has fairly long jet black hair tied in a spiky ponytail, narrow brown eyes, and wears ring earrings. He is wearing a gray shirt with mesh underneath. He looked at the two people that were in his class with a bored expression. He said to them, "Good luck on your troublesome test." The next is Kiba. He has messy brown hair, sharp black eyes with vertical slit-like pupils, pronounced canine teeth, and nails that he can change into claws. He also has the distinct red fang markings of the Inuzuka clan on his cheeks. Kiba's attire consisted of dark grayish-brown pants and a gray hooded coat over an apparent plate of armor and fishnet undershirt with blue sandals. Kiba had a lustful smile on his face. He walked over to Hinata. He started to whisper something into her ear. She was turning red. Surprisingly, it was not from embarrassment. No, it is from anger. She thought to herself, "Kiba, tomorrow you are so going to get it. Ooh, how great that is going to be. You are going to keep talking that big shit, let's see about that tomorrow." Hinata pushed him away from her. The next person to come is Choji. Choji has brown hair, swirl marks on his cheeks, and like the rest of his clan, he has a much rounder physique than most other people. Choji's wore gray shorts, a rather large white scarf, a short-sleeved green jacket over a white shirt with his clan's emblem on it, ring earrings, and his legs and forearms were wrapped in bandages. Choji had a bag of chips. As he ate them he said, "Good luck everyone." Sasuke came in next. Sasuke has black hair with a blue tint and onyx eyes. His hair hangs over both sides of his face to roughly frame his cheeks. Sasuke's clothing consisted of a blue, short-sleeved shirt with a raised collar and the Uchiha crest on the back, and white shorts. He walked in like a vampire. He sat down and looked out the window. He thought to himself, "Why, Itachi? Why did you do it? I miss mom, dad, and my nads. Balls. Why did you take them away? I miss my nads." Sasuke let a tear go down his cheek. Ino Yamanaka is the next person to come in. She has blue eyes and her long blonde hair, always seen in a ponytail with bangs covering the right side of her face. Her hair reached down to her waist. She wears a short purple vest-like shirt with a raised collar, a skirt that was cut off on the sides and bandage on her stomach and legs. She also wore purple and white elbow warmers with this. The final person that surprised them is Sakura Haruno. Sakura has bright pink hair, green eyes, and fair skin. Sakura wore a red dress with white circular designs, tight dark green shorts. She has a huge forehead. She has never been the second to last person to be in. She is always the first or second one there. She said, "Good luck, Sasuke-kun." Sasuke had another tear going down his face. What does it take to let her know he doesn't like her? As they wondered where Iruka and Naruto was, they heard some screaming. Naruto was being held by the scruff of his neck by their sensei, Iruka. Iruka dropped him on the floor and told him to take his seat. He took his assigned seat right next to Sasuke. Naruto said, "Hey guys, did you see the Hokage mountain being covered?" They nodded. Some of them laughed. Some of them were angry. Some were crying, brooding. Iruka screamed, "Enough! Now class, line up in alphabetical order. We and Mizuki are ready to give you your exam." Everyone passed as they flashed their new headbands. It was Naruto's turn. "Hi, Iruka-sensei," Naruto replied. He transformed into the 4 Hokage. "Excellent. Now warrior me." Just after that being said, Naruto switched with Mizuki, the other teacher. "Very good, Naruto, all you have to do is do 2 Bushin and you pass," Iruka said. "Come on, Naruto, you can do it. I believe in you," he thought. Naruto was sweating bullets. He just can't do a Bushin for the life of him. Hi, Iruka-sensei. As he did the hand signs, a glimmer shuddered through his odi. He shouted, "Bushin!" and 2 puffs of smoke came. When the smoke disappeared, 2 pale, sickly, melting figures of Naruto were crawling, saying, "Kill me." Iruka was shaking his head in disappointment. Damn it, he was so close too. "I'm sorry, Naruto, but you fail." Naruto put his head down and trekked away as he heard people called him dead last, Dobi, loser, demon, while laughing at him. Mizuki had a sickly smile on his face. The plan is coming together perfectly. He was walking to his home when Mizuki, with an empathetic look on his face, asked, "What's wrong, Naruto?" Naruto looked at him. With a very depressed look on his face said, "I failed the test, Mizuki-sensei. I can't become a ninja." "Ever?" Mizuki looked at him with a surprised look and said, "Naruto, I have a proposition for you. Why don't you take the retest?" Naruto's head shot up. A retake. I can pass the test and become a ninja Dadbayo. What do I have to do to pass Mizuki-sensei? Mizuki smiled. Yes, I will finally get what I want, ha ha ha. He whispered what he wanted Naruto to do. Later that night, Mizuki Teme told him if he stole the forbidden scroll that contained all the jutsu, secrets and everything. Naruto with the mask of stupidity blindly followed orders. Naruto opened the scroll and saw some justice. He say the Kage Bushin, Elemental Bushin, Blaze Elemental Attacks, Ice Elemental, Boil Elemental, Storm Elemental, Gravity Elemental and so much more. While he was looking at the scroll he heard a noise. Naruto's ears started to twitch. He looked around louder and louder. The trees on the ground were being snapped. Naruto pulled out a kunai ready to attack. He heard it got louder. When he got there he saw something that shocked him. It shocked him so much it made him drop the kunai on the ground. It made a thud sound informing the person or thing that Naruto was there. Naruto said, Nia-chan? The person that was named is Nia Yoko. Nia Yoko is 5 feet 3 inches tall. She has emerald green eyes with a hint of gold. She has long beautiful burgundy hair that went down to her slender hourglass waist. Her skin is a creamy caramel. What is peculiar about Nia is that she has pointy crimson fox ears that are on the top her head. Her body is covered with a training bra and training shorts. Her stomach has scar mark. On her back there is a burn mark. She has 7 fluffy crimson tails on her back. Her eyes went wide. She had been training hard to get Naruto. She has a mission that must be completed for her leader. She said, Naruto-sama, I have been looking for you. Naruto was surprised at Nia. He saw how the sweat glistened off of her figure. He looked at how her 33D cup bust went up and down as she panted. His eyes nearly rolled as his young teenage hormones were going haywire at the sight of the extremely beautiful Nia. He shook his head to get the cobwebs and hot sensual thoughts of his childhood friend. He asked her since he trusted her with his life, Nia-chan, I know you are good at the technique that can copy anything. Do you mind if you copy the contents on this scroll please? Then I want to talk to you about your travels. Do you know how much I missed you? Naruto went up to her and hugged her as if she was his lifeline. She squeaked and blushed a deep red that matched her beautiful wavy hair. When Naruto let her go she took a deep breath. Her bust shook enticing Naruto's wondering eyes. She said, Sure Naruto-kun, but tonight we got to go. It is time for us to go home. Naruto looked at her cryptically. He said, Home? What do you mean home? Konoha is my home. She shook her. She sighed as she said, No Naruto, I will explain it later but I want you to learn these techniques. Naruto nodded and got to work. XXX backquote with Iruka XXXXX Iruka was running through the forest looking for Naruto. Why Naruto? Why would you take the forbidden scroll? He searched and found the blonde sweating and panting looking like he has been working for hours straight. Hey Iruka-sensei, I learned something from the scroll. Do I pass? This broke Iruka out of his stupor. Naruto, what are you talking about? Naruto looked at him incredulously and said, The retake test, of course, Dadbayo. Iruka looked at him questionably. Naruto, what are you talking about? There is no retake. Who told you there was a retake? Naruto was about to reply when a demon shuriken whizzed right by them. Well, if it isn't the goody two-shoes Iruka and the demon. I must say I'm impressed Naruto. You were able to get the scroll from the Hokage's vault and still be alive. You must really be a demon. Iruka's eyes opened. It all makes sense now. It was Mizuki. Mizuki has greenish-gray hair. He has purple eyes. He is wearing a chunin vest. He is wearing a bandana around his forehead. It had the Konoha symbol on it. He taunted Naruto, Naruto-kun. Naruto-kun, did you really believe that you were going to get a retake? No, I can't have that now. You see I need this for my master Orochimaru. I could always say I came to stop you from stealing the forbidden scroll. You were able to use a Kaden jutsu and burned it. I went into a rage and killed you. I will be a hero. And the demon will be dead. Iruka clenched his hands together. How dare he talk about Naruto like that? Naruto said, Mizuki-tem, I will make you pay for saying that about the future Hokage. Mizuki inwardly scowled but to not show this he laughed at Naruto. Since Naruto won't let him have the scroll there is plan B he smirked as he said, Naruto, do you know why you are hated? Iruka's eyes went into shock. Naruto was extremely curious. He was hated for some reason. He never knew why. Now he has a chance now. He was having an anxiety attack. Many times he wondered about that. He asked Mizuki, there is a reason I am hated. Iruka screamed in a dolphin sound, no Mizuki don't. Mizuki smirked. He has Naruto right where he wanted him. He said, Naruto, 13 years ago the Kyuubi Kitsune attacked Konoha. The Kyuubi was too powerful to be killed by the Yondaime. So the Yondaime, being a Fuinjutsu master, knew what he had to do. He could not seal the Kyuubi into an adult or anything like that. So instead he sealed into an unnamed orphan. The orphan is you, Naruto Uzumaki. You are the container of the Kyuubi no Kitsune. You are the demon, you demon brat. Now you die. He threw a Fuma shuriken at Naruto. Naruto was in too much shock to move. He is the Kyuubi no Kitsune. He could not believe it. He remembered all the stares, the whisper, the everything. He did not even notice the Fuma shuriken coming right at his face. Iruka, however, did see it. He did some hand signs that Mizuki never seen before. Iruka made a dolphin sound. The sound created a barrier to block the Fuma shuriken. Naruto got out of his stupor as he saw Iruka do an attack that he has never seen before. Iruka started to pant as he said, get out of her. Naruto shook his head as he realized that Iruka protected him. Naruto started gain his Yukai. His eyes were now slits and his claws were fully grown. He put his hands into the well-known cross position. He said to Mizuki, I have a trick that I am going to teach you. Kage Bushin no Jutsu. 200 or so Narutos appeared. Mizuki was shocked. The boy learned a B-rank jutsu. Now he got his kunai out to try and protect himself. It did him no good. He was beaten up. His blood was everywhere. Naruto saw Iruka looking at him proudly. He said, Naruto, close your eyes. I have something to give you. Naruto closed his eyes. When he opened them he saw Iruka's forehead protector. Naruto had tears going down his face. Naruto took off the forehead protector. He gave it back to Iruka, who was clearly in shock. Iruka asked the question, Naruto, why are you giving me this back? Don't you to become a ninja and to be the Hokage? Naruto looked at him with serious eyes. Iruka saw something snap in Naruto's eyes. Naruto said, Iruka-sensei, I don't want to be Hokage anymore. Iruka looked at Naruto with even more shock. Naruto continued, I don't want to be Hokage because it is almost impossible for to become it. Don't you see the civilians, ninjas, elders, everyone sees me as the Kyuubi no Kitsune. I don't know what to believe anymore. Here is the forbidden scroll. I am leaving Konoha. I don't know if I will come back, so don't wait for me. I will see you later, Iruka-sensei. Naruto jumped off into the woods. Iruka was in too much shock to notice. When he broke out of his stupor, Naruto was already gone. He could not believe Naruto was actually serious about leaving. He had to tell the Hokage. Half an hour later, 4x. Iruka was talking to the Sandaime about Naruto's departure. The Sandaime has had a small goatee and short spiked hair, both being gray. He also has lines running vertically under each eye. He has liver spots everywhere. He is currently wearing his Hokage robes on. He is not surprised by Naruto's departure. He is kind of happy because now Naruto can be happy once he learns of his heritage and life. He said to Iruka, this is what we do. XXXXXX. The next day, XXXXXXXXXXXX. Everything was right in the world, people thought. Naruto is not around. The new genin were getting ready to meet their senseis. Yep, all was right in Sakura's world. Iruka walked in. He had a sad smile on his face. He said, class, today I have good and worse news. One of your classmates, Naruto Uzumaki, has passed. The problem is that he went on an undercover mission. My assistant was under suspicion as he did some things to his teammate. Naruto stopped him. The bad news is he sacrificed himself to do it. What I am trying to say is Naruto Uzumaki is dead. XXXXXXXX. Meanwhile, XXXXXXXX. Naruto was looking at the new village that he was transported to by Nia. She said to him, welcome to Makai. This is your birthplace, your birthright, your home. This is the place where you belong. Welcome home, Naruto Uzumaki, Prince of Demons. Hinata's right eye started to twitch violent. She said, Uruka-sensei, if you're bullshitting us you are going to pay. Everyone was shocked at Naruto being dead. Now they hear Hinata curse and speak clearly. They were clearly shocked by this situation altogether. Sakura laughed as she said, "What did the baka do? He probably stabbed himself with a kunai." Hinata closed her eyes and put a fake smile on her face. Her killing intent started to flare. She said in an extremely sickly sweet tone, "Sakura, if you say one more word about Naruto, someone will be in a body bag by the end of the night." Okay. The class's eyes went wide at Hinata's sudden 180 turn of a personality. Sakura was shocked. She nervously laughed as she tried to ignore the killing intent that flared. Hinata edged her head to the side and said, "Sakura, have you gone deaf from your infuriating squeals of, Sasuke-kun this and Sasuke-kun that? Did you make yourself deaf? When someone who is higher than yourself asks you a question you better answer that question. You got that? I am the queen around here. Got it?" Uruka was tuning out thing about swimming out in the ocean to hear that. His eyes went wide. The class did the same as Hinata acted like she had bipolar. These were the thoughts of the guys. Damn, Hinata put the troublesome woman in her place. Maybe she could do the same to Ino. Munch, no wonder they say it is the quiet one's munch. My insects are buzzing. Why do they tell me to stay away from her? Damn, thank God Naruto Baka is dead. She will make an excellent alpha. Maybe this is a sign. If Hinata could shut the fangirl up, maybe I could kill Itachi and we could find a way to grow some more testicles. I can believe again. Sakura was about to cry when Uruka slammed his hands on the desk. He made a dolphin squeal by accident. It caught everyone off guard. He had enough embarrassment to blush. He shook his head to get the cobwebs out of his head. He said, "Sakura, grow up and stop the tears. Hinata, please cool down. I know you are angry about Naruto's death. So please try and rein in your emotions." The two women nodded. He smiled and continued, "Okay, everyone, it is time for team placements. Team 1 is going to skip 1 through 6. Team 7 is Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Gote Kuro. He is like the red shirt guy in Star Trek. If you don't know what I am talking about, look it up. Team 8 is Shino Aburame, Hinata Hyuga and Kiba Inuzuka. Team 9 is still in circulation. Finally, Team 10 is Ino Yamanaka, Choji Akamichi, and Shikamaru Nara. XXXXXXX with Naruto XX. Naruto was in the state of amazement. He did not hear Nia's exclamation. All he did was look at this city, no village. No, actually it is something much bigger. It is a whole world. The world was beautiful. It was a deep green forest. In the center it was a bazaar. It had many different kinds of stores, such as weapons to fruit to pleasure toys. In the center there is a circle. In the circle there are doors. He saw 15 or so doors that were glowing a bright white light. On top of the mountain there a big portal. He saw many different demons walking around. He saw some tiger demons, fox demons, and dog demons talking amongst themselves. He saw a succubus trying to seduce a young demon. Naruto asked his childhood friend, Nia-chan, "Where are we? What are the doors there for? What was that statement you said before about me?" Nia grinned widely. She said, "Naru-kun, we are in the world of demons. Demons are not as bad as we seem. The doors are portals. The portals send you to different places, such as the realm of foxes and such. The top of the hill portal is the council of demons. Our queen is up there. She is the 10-tailed demon. Now, as to what I called you before, Naru-sama. Well, you will find out soon enough. We have to go up to the hill quickly." As she started to bring Naruto past the center and up the hill, he started to scowl. He saw people looking at his best friend with disdain, prejudice, anger, and disgust. Although Naruto did not say anything, he vowed to himself he will find out why. She was blissfully unaware of Naruto's inner strife about her. She felt her face starting to blush. He unconsciously grabbed her hand and squeezed it in a loving manner. She felt his warmth radiating through her body. As she took him up the mountain, she felt an emotion that she hasn't felt in 6 years. It was happiness. It reminded her of when they were younger and played hide and seek and such. She shook her head out of the memories, because soon he will realize what she is and will leave her like the rest of her friends did. 4X with Team 8XXX. Hinata, Shino and Kiba were looking at their new sensei. Their sensei has long dark hair, and very unique eyes that are red in color, with an additional ring to it. She wears makeup consisting of red lipstick and purple eyeliner. She wears mesh armor, as well as a red blouse with only the right sleeve visible. Over this is what resembles bandages with a pattern on it similar to those of rose thorns. Her hands are also wrapped in bandages and she wears the Konoha headband and regular shinobi sandals. On her tailbone she has a tramp stamp on with a picture of a red fox with black stripes running. She said, "Welcome young genin. My name is Kurenai Yuhi. I want to know your likes and dislikes please. I will start with you with the overcoat." She pointed to Shino. Shino asked, "Kurenai-sensei, may you show us how it is done?" Kurenai said, "Yay sure. I want to know your likes, dislikes, hates, hobbies, and dreams." Shino understood. He said, "I am Shino Aburame. I like bugs in my clan. I dislike people who are prejudiced and loud. I hate bug killers and those who hate bugs that did nothing to that person. My hobbies include reading, nurturing bugs, training with my bugs, and getting a new hive of bugs to my arsenal. My dream is to have more hives than my father and become clan head." She nodded. That was an okay, well, kind of okay dream. She went to Kiba. "Okay, Kiba, tell me about yourself." Kiba had a lustful smile on his face. He said, "I am Kiba Inuzuka. I like Hinata Hyuga and other hot women like yourself." Kurenai twitched at that. "I dislike cats. I hate Naruto Uzumaki and I'm glad that son of A is dead." Hinata's arm started to twitch. "My hobbies are showing people that I am the alpha and they should be submissive. I also like my new dog, Kaken, strong and fierce. My dream is to have a harem of my own and for the fun of it become Hokage." Kurenai is going to ignore him. It is because if she hits him she would compromise her position. Her job is to watch Naruto. She has small but gradually developing feelings for the boy. She could blow her cover if she made even a little bit of contact as he was able to break her hinge as a demon. She sighed as she said, "Hinata, it is your turn." Hinata confidently said, "I am Hinata Hyuga. I like my Naruto-kun, my sister, cinnamon rolls with the sweet, creamy white filling and zenzai. I dislike my clan, shrimp, and crabs. I hate Kiba Inuzuka and people who treated Naruto-kun badly. I like to flower press. My dream is to get married and change the clan around. Also I want to find out what really happened to Naruto-kun." Kurenai nodded. She knew what happened to Naruto as she was the one who sent the message to her leader. She said, "Okay, guys, now you have a test to do to become a true genin. To take missions and things like that you must pass it. If you don't pass, well, see you next year." Kiba gulped. Shino said nothing but his bugs were buzzing in him. Hinata on the other hand was not really caring. Something else was preoccupying her mind. She already knew what the test is about because her dear old dad said something about teamwork and something. She knew Naruto is alive because her NHU tattoo. The tattoo is actually a seal. When the two were younger, Hinata's mother drew something on their wrists. She said that if they put a little bit of chakra on their wrists, they will know how the person is doing if they are near. She said if it starts to burn and turns black, the person died. She looked at her wrist and she felt his distance was unbearable, but he is still alive. He was going to have a talk with Iruka. She felt someone call out to her. "Hinata-san, are you okay? You seem to have dozed off," their new sensei said. Hinata blinked for a few seconds to register what Kurenai just said. She noticed that the two boys were gone. She said, "Kurenai-sensei, where did the other two go?" Kurenai smiled. She said, "Hinata, our talk was over 5 minutes ago. You just kept looking at your wrist." Hinata had enough decency to blush in embarrassment. Kurenai chuckled at Hinata. She out of nowhere became serious. She said, "Naruto must mean a lot to you. I see you have that sonar tattoo that detects where a person is. It is a C-rank seal because the real one would be able to send a signal in your mind to tell the person exactly where the other one is. I would suggest you talk to Iruka." XXXXXXX Naruto 4X Nia put some code into the door. It sent Naruto and Nia into the portal. When they traveled in what felt like the speed of light, they reached a building that looked like a courthouse. The courthouse was burgundy. It had the support of 4 Roman-style pillars. On the top of the building there is a kanji. It said, "Council of Demons." Naruto looked at the courthouse with awe and wonder. His heart started to tug as he felt as if he belongs here. He felt as if his life was in peace. He felt a confidence that grew more and more. Nia whispered into his ear, "Naru-sama, it is time to meet the council." He walked up to the door and opened it. What he saw shocked him. He saw 14 people. The first on the right is a golden brown cobra human and demon hybrid. He is easily 8 to 10 feet tall. His skin is made of scales. He has a face and body that is in the shape of a cobra. His body is extremely built. His eyes are greenish yellow with slits. His 2 swords are in his sheath that is on his back. He is currently coiled up looking at the newcomer. He is Hayashi Habi. Asterisk. The one next to Hayashi was a wolf. The wolf is in his Hanyu form. He has grayish and black hair. His eyes were green. His hands were actually claws. His canine teeth were longer than the rest of his teeth. He has a gray tail that wags every now and then. He has wolf ears that were a faded black with a cut on the top. He has electrice power braces on his claws. He is Romulus Wolf. The one next to him was a bear. The bear is about 7 feet tall. The bear has brown fur. It has a black eye patch over his right eye. He has a scar going diagonally from his right chest pec to his stomach. On his back he has a black power axe. He is Ursaring Bear. The one next to him was a humanoid crow. The crow is 5 feet 5 inches tall. He is the shortest of the group. He is all black. He has purple eyes. She has wing that wear an metallic jet black. He has claws for feet. She is Tenja Crow. The one next to her is a dragon. The dragon is 10 feet tall. The dragon golden. It has red scales going the middle of her back. Her eyes are stone cold blue. She has sharp teeth that look like she could rip a person in half. She is extremely built with a C-cup bust. Her name is Dracana Dragon. The one next to her is a tiger. She is 5 feet 7 inches tall. She is orange with black stripes. She has a long tiger tail with red stripes. She has golden irises. She has a build of an Amazonian woman. Her bust is C-cup. She is currently purring as she saw how sexy Naruto looked. She is Tigrera Tiger. On Naruto's left there is a dog boy. The person is 5 feet 6 inches. The person has vanilla face. He has whitish gray hair. He is wearing a jacket with separated sleeves, shirt, pants bloused at the ankles and belt. He has dog ears. He has long claws. He has amber claws. On his right hip there was his famous sword. The person is none other than Inuyasha Dog. The one next to Inuyasha is a dolphin. The dolphin is 6 feet tall. She has grayish skin. She has 2 arms and a fin on her back instead of 3 fins. On her fin on the back she has a cut on the top. She has a mixture of red and yellow eyes. On her back side she a dolphin tail that look like a combination of 2 fins. She has a D-cup bust. On her sides, she has 2 sei. She is Mina Dolphin. The one next to her is a slug. The slug is 5 feet 6 inches tall. She is blue on the outer part but white on the underbelly. She has black eyes that stick up above her head. She has 2 things on her shoulders that are able to shoot acid. He has a muscular build. She has about a C-cup. She has a slug tail. She is Katsu Slug. The one next to her is a toad. The toad is 5 feet flat. He is orange with black stripes. He has black horizontal bar for eyes. He has markings on his back and stomach. He has the kodaichi on his hip. He has a vest that says on the back, Toad Prince. He has a purple mark on his mouth. He is the most lax out of all of them. It is Gamakichi Toad. The one next to him is a fox. The fox is 5 feet 6 inches. He has red and black fur. He has red vertical slits as his eyes. His muscular build is an 8-pack. His arms are on the verge of steroids. He has 5 fluffy tails swishing behind him. His canine teeth were elongated. On his back he has a kanji sign. It read, Prankster. He has 2 swords on his back. He is Zuko Kitsune. The one next to him is a tortoise. The tortoise is 5 feet 4 inches. He wears clothes that are a light purple, monk-like outfit and black sunglasses and has gray and black head of hair. He is extremely muscular. He has a turtle shell on his back. He is Roshi Turtle. The one next to Roshi is a phoenix. The phoenix is 5 feet 4 inches. She is orange and red. She has a muscular build. She has a D-cup bust. Her skin is porcelain smooth. She has feathers that could be used as mini knives. She has golden eyes. She has a golden sword. She is Fox Phoenix. The one in the middle looks the most human. Her skin was fair and her eyes were violet. She had a slender but highly feminine build. She is loose-fitting dress with an apron and she wore a black band on her left hand. She had long, bright red hair that reached down to her calves with strands that framed both sides of her face that was parted to the left of her face by a hair clip. She has 10 fluffy tails on her back. She is Kushina. Naruto was wondering who these people are. Kushina raised her hand. She said, "Okay Naru-chan, I bet you are wondering who we are and what does this have to do with you." "Well Naru-chan, you see I asked these people here to come here. They are the heirs of the clan leaders. To your left is Hayashi Habi, Romulus Wolf, Ursaring Bear, Tengu Crow, Dracana Dragon, and Tigrera Tiger. On your right they are Inuyasha Dog, Mina Dolphin, Katsu Slug, Gamakichi Toad, Zuko Kitsune, Roshi Turtle, Fox Phoenix. These young ladies and gentlemen are as I said the heir of the demonic clans." Naruto was shocked at the people. They were like the heirs in his class in Konoha. He spat at the thought. He shook his head out of the thought of Konoha. He asked the redhead woman, "Excuse me, madam, why do you call me Naru-chan? Also why am I here if this is the clan heirs? I don't see where I fit in this scenario. Am I here on trial or something?" Kushina had a small smile on her face. She said, "No Naru-chan, you are not on trial. Now to answer the other questions you must listen very carefully." "Okay." Naruto nodded. "Naru-chan, I am the 10-tailed demon, the leader of the Makai. To better understand, I am the Onakage. I am the one who controls everything that happens with the demons. I am Kushina, formerly known as Kushina Uzumaki. I am your mother Naru-chan. You are the heir to Makai. XXX Hinata XXX. Iruka was leaving Konoha for the summer to visit his family. He thought to himself, finally I could see me wife and my 3 little dolphins. How sweet it will be to see my Nei-chan Mina. I can't. He was broken out of his musings. Someone had their hand on his shoulder. He turned around to see Hinata looking at him with an innocent face. She, this whole day, has been shocking him. She had a small smile on her face. She asked him, "Iruka-sensei, don't you trust you students with things?" Iruka was a little shocked by the question. He answered slowly, "Yes, I would like to believe that I could trust my students with my life." "Why would you ask that question for?" Hinata nodded at his answer. She then had a smile on her face. She said, "Iruka-sensei, if you trust your students, can we trust you?" Iruka thought to himself, something is not right. Is she trying to leave the village or something? She is starting to creep me the hell out. He got into a defensive stance. He asked, "Why do you want with this information?" She went into a defensive style also. She had a serious look on her face. She said, "I want you to tell me the truth. What happened to Naruto Uzumaki?" Naruto's eyes went into shock. Right in front of him is his mother. The mother, who was supposed to be there for him when he was hurt. This is the supposed mother that should have taken him out of the hated village of Konoha. His hands started to tremble. His eyes were closed as if it was the last part from letting the dam burst. He said in a whisper, "Mother. Why would a mother leave their child to get killed? You left me there to practically to survive on my own. Then at my breaking point, I find out I have a demon in me and I am a demon. Now I found out I am some kind of royalty and I am supposed to be ignorant and say, OMG, I've got a mom. Happy joy, joy. No, it doesn't work like that. So tell me, mother, why should I be doing backflips and scream to the world I got my mother?" Kushina tried to put into the words on why she left him. The problem is her heart is breaking. Her son has every right to be upset about it. It is just that she prayed and hoped that he would forgive her. She was hurting so much inside. She did not say anything. Naruto nodded. He said, "That is exactly what I thought. You have nothing to say for my abandonment, so why don't you do what you physically told me to do? Go the council, Konoha, and especially for yourself." Naruto walked out of the courthouse pretty pissed off. Nia saw the wide-eyed council heirs. She said quickly, "Kushina-sama, I will try and calm Naruto down." She left quickly after him. They just looked at the door where the 2 newcomers were just standing. The silence kept impregnating until Inuyasha opened his mouth. He said, "Well, that is a great way to start the day. Xeno XXXXXXXXXXXXX. Ino was with her two childhood friends, Choji and Shikamaru, and her brand new sensei, Asuma Sarutobi. Asuma Sarutobi is the son of the god of shinobi, Sandaime Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Asuma has brown eyes, short black spiked hair and beard. His clothing consisted of the standard Konoha ninja uniform complete with flak jacket, regular shinobi sandals and forehead protector. He also wears a sash from an elite group, the 12 Guardians, around his waist with the kanji for fire marked on it, a bracelet on both of his wrists and bandages on both sleeves of his outfit. He also has tattoo of the kanji, third fire. He has taken them to the barbecue place. While they were eating, Asuma was talking to them. Asuma said, "Okay, you three, I want you to tell me about yourself. It helps me to get to know and understand you all a little bit better. I want you to tell me your likes, dislikes, hates, hobbies, dreams for the future and your view of life. Ino Yamanaka, I want you to start." Ino, in a very soft voice shocking her two childhood friends, said, "I am Ino Yamanaka. I like gardening, spring, cherry tomatoes and pudding. I dislike sliced raw fish and Sakura Haruno. I hate rapists. My dream is, quite frankly, I don't really know." She started to falter at the next one. She said, "My view on life has changed, I guess. I mean, I believed that if I ever get in trouble, Sasuke-kun or Knight in shining armor would come to my rescue. I mean, I saw the world not as the blood-spilling world it really is. I saw the world as a peaceful world that no one close to me would die. I guess it really hits you when someone you knew, who was sitting right next to you, who tried to talk to you, dies all of a sudden. I mean, think about it. A person who we grew up with all of a sudden just dies on the day. He has said so many times that he was going to become Hokage. Now it is like something in me just broke. I feel weird in a bad way. It feels like that I have seen death standing next to me. I didn't know how much bloodshed is around me. I will protect the ones close to me. I can't live with myself knowing there is blood on my hands of my friends and family. I love them too much for me to not train." Shikamaru, Choji, and Asuma were extremely surprised by Ino's answer. Asuma actually dropped his cigarette. Shikamaru thought to himself, "Ino is changing. Thank you, Naruto. Even if you are dead, you made a difference in possibly everyone in this class." Choji was thinking the same thing. Asuma, who relit his cigarette, said, "That is a good answer, Ino. I will hold you to that. Shikamaru, I want you to go next." Shikamaru said, "I am Shikamaru Nara. I like clouds, silence, shogi, go, naps, kelp and mackerel. I dislike people who talk too much, troublesome people with a frying pan." He started to twitch, "and boiled eggs. I hate people who disrupt my cloud watching. My hobbies are playing shogi and go and cloud watching. My dream is to marry a regular girl who isn't too ugly and not too pretty. Have 2 children, first a girl, then a boy. Retire after my daughter is married and my son becomes a successful ninja, and spend the rest of my life playing shogi or go. Then die of old age before my wife. My view on life is that the world is one game of shogi. We are all pawns, yet I can't for the life of me figure out who is the king. I thought it was the Hokage, but I am starting to think it is not what it seems." Asuma nodded sagely. That is the same kind of outlook Shikaku thought. He clearly sees Shikaku in his young heir. He remembers Shikaku saying the same thing about him. "Well, it is time for his last student." He said, "Choji, you're next." Choji nodded. He said, "I am Choji Akamichi. I like shika, snacks, food, chips, Korean barbecue and junk food in my family. I dislike people who call me fat and starve themselves like some lady I know." He looked at Ino with disdain. "I hate people who eat the last chip. Before I go on to what I hate, I want all you to know, if one of you eat my last mothering chip, that, and or is going to die. Do you get me?" Ino, Shika, and Asuma respectively sweat dropped at the comment. "I also hate people who hate others because of something they can't control, such as weight. My dream is to become the Akamichi clan leader. The world is such a big horizon. The world expands as I do. The world is such a vast place that it is easy to forget that the world started out as a protein, just like I did or any of you. So to see that the world never gets insulted by what happens on the outside. I guess that is the way I see it. We must worry about the inside than the outside. XXX Naruto 4X. Naruto was walking around the central Makai. He was grumbling about how he wished had never came here. As he walked around he looked at the doors. He was looking for a way to leave this place and hoping to go somewhere anywhere, just not here. He looked at the doors. The first door had a fox on it. The second door shows the Miami Dolphins symbol on it. He shook his head at those choices. He saw a leaf on the door. He opened that portal. What he did not notice was a certain Hanyu fox come in the portal with him. In the portal he saw a forest. The forest had many oak trees. The forest was actually pretty weird. The forest not only had at minimum of 4 lakes. Also it had a desert that was wide. There is even a prairie. What interested Naruto is the fact that all the places were connected in peace and harmony. Naruto was extremely shocked by it. I guess you like my home, don't you? Naruto looked around. He wanted to know where that voice came from. He looked right, left, and down. He could not find him, so he looked up. He saw the snake. It is Hayashi hubby. Hayashi was on tree branch. He waved at Naruto in a sarcastic way. He jumped down. Naruto looked him up and down. He remember who he is. You are Hayashi hubby, correct? Hayashi had a smirk on his face. He said, "Ah, it seems like you remember my name." Naruto, being an angry, said, "Yay, I remember you. I have a memory like an elephant." Hayashi, having fun toying with Naruto, said, "Well, that is great. After all, I killed many elephants." Naruto smirked. He already liked this guy. He had quick wits. He said, "Well, it looks like some has jokes." Hayashi was thinking the same about Naruto. If it was a different time he would have a drink with him. He said, "I have jokes and you have brass balls. I mean, come on, you told Kushina-sama to go herself. Anywho, I see that you are in an angry and pissed off mood. The best way to get the blood pumping and the aggression out is a good fight. So what do you say, let's have a spar?" Naruto thought about it. He thought to himself, what the hell? There is nothing to lose here. After all, I do need to lose some steam. Also, it will give a chance to see how these guys fight, just in case I have to fight them in the near future. He said with a vicious grin, "Let's rock." Hayashi and Naruto were circling each other. They were waiting for the other to make a move. Naruto was in a defensive position as he waited to see what his opponent would do. After a minute of waiting, Naruto, being his impatient self, threw 5 shuriken. The shurikens came at Hayashi at mild speed. Hayashi smirked as he disappeared. He reappeared right in front of Naruto. Naruto was shocked at Hayashi's speed. He did not even notice the right hook of Hayashi. It connected right into Naruto's jaw. Naruto was sent flying into a very sturdy oak tree. Naruto made an oof noise as he slid down the tree. Hayashi smirked as he said, "You are going to have to be faster than to beat me. Come on, give me a challenge." Naruto got up and charged at Hayashi. He tried to punch him with his left hand. Hayashi slid under Naruto's arm. He grabbed Naruto under the arm and was able to grab Naruto's head with his palm. He used his left leg to go behind him to make Naruto fall forward. It happened so fast Naruto didn't even fathom it until he felt pain on his face. Naruto's face was red from the pain or embarrassment, he didn't even know. He got up and charged the hubby again. Hayashi did a roundhouse kick with his left leg to Naruto to only see Naruto slide under. Naruto saw an opening with Hayashi's right leg. He grabbed Hayashi's right leg. Naruto used the momentum to get up and lift Hayashi's right leg, making him fall. Naruto, though, he had Hayashi as he fell. This thought lasted for less than a second as Hayashi was able to use his hands to make himself roll. He was able to propel Naruto into another oak tree. Naruto grunted in pain. Naruto got up with pain in his back. He pulled out a kunai out. Hayashi had a big smile on his face. He pulled out his sword that was made of his father's old fangs. It had a golden helm. The sword's blade is ivory with 2 purple sides on the sides of the blade. He said, "Finally, I have been waiting for you to pull out a weapon. I've been itching to use this baby." Naruto had to be very careful. This guy was whipping his ass with no weapons in his hands. It is a big difference between Hayashi's hand and Hayashi's sword. His hands twitch involuntary. He could not do something stupid yet. He went directly at Naruto with a powerful diagonal strike. Naruto was able to get out of the way from the attack. Naruto attacked with his kunai. He was blocked by Hayashi's sword. He was able to push Naruto back. Naruto used his heels to stop himself only to see Hayashi coming at him with his sword. Hayashi swung at Naruto only to see Naruto roll under. Naruto stabbed his kunai behind Hayashi's calf. Hayashi was able to block just barely. He tried to kick Naruto but Naruto got away. Naruto panted as he saw that this is going to be a glorious spar. Naruto said, "Damn, this fight is intense." Hayashi nodded. He smirked as he said, "I must agree. But it is time for us to step it up a notch." He put his hat in the hand sign snake. He said, "Hebaten, Sun Kudansu, snake style, snake dance." At first Naruto did not feel anything. It was until Naruto looked down did he see it. He saw the garden snakes become viper snakes. The snakes started to spin around Naruto. The snakes started to levitate. The snakes start to attack Naruto. When one snake went up, Naruto blocked it. Instead of hearing a squish and blood on the floor, he heard a clang. He then saw the other snakes attack him. It bit him on the ankle. Another bit him on the arms. Another bit him on the back. The venom of the snakes had got into Naruto's bloodstream. It started to make Naruto feel heavy. Naruto dropped to the ground. His vision became blurry. Legs felt like they were tied and being stung. Naruto was correct, as on his legs there were rose vines with poisonous thorns. Naruto was sweating as his body started to shake violently. Hayashi walked over to him. He said, "Naruto, this is the end. Once this sword is in you, the match will be over. You can stop me by surrendering to me. So as a nice guy, the first won't kill either way, but the match will be over." "Okay." Naruto looked up with pain definitely in his face. He said as the sweat went down his face, "I will never surrender." He started to try to break free. Hayashi turned his head sideways. He asked Naruto, "Naruto, you're joking, right? You are on the ground barely moving. Hell, you should not be moving at all. I got to check my poisons later. Back to the point, why won't you give up?" Even through the pain, Naruto still had the ability to smirk. He said, "Hayashi, you don't know me. I am Naruto Uzumaki, and I never give up, Dateibyo." Hayashi was taken by surprise by Naruto's proclamation. He really liked this kid. Although he was down and out for the count, he's still not going to give up. Well, as he said, he will have to stab Naruto to end it. He lifted up his sword and got into the samurai offensive stance. He said, "Sorry buddy, this is going to hurt." He stabbed Naruto. He thought it was over. But just like he did to Naruto, Naruto looked up and smirked at him. Naruto poofed into smoke. He looked around to see where Naruto went. He then heard Naruto say out of nowhere, "Uzumaki drop kick." Naruto drop kicked Hayashi in the head. Hayashi fell down unconscious. Naruto tried to get up but passed out and fell unconscious. Nia watched this battle in awe. She quickly went to check on the two. She saw both were okay, just exhausted and knocked. She was about to take Naruto back to Kushina. She was stopped by someone. The person said, "Leave them with me, young one. Come with me." She knew who it was and immediately agreed. 4x 30 minutes later, 4x. Naruto started to open his eyes. He heard noises around him. When he opened his eyes fully, he saw Hayashi. Hayashi was grumbling something under his breath. Naruto asked, "Hayashi, where are we?" Hayashi looked in Naruto's direction. He said, "Naruto, we are in my home. This is the clan house." Naruto nodded. Naruto said, "This looks like a big place. Who owns it?" Hayashi was about to speak. Unfortunately, some spoke before him. "Naruto-kun, this my humble abode." Naruto looked at the person. He did not know for the life of him know who this person was. He asked the person, "Who are you and how do you know my name?" The person smiled. "Naruto-kun, my name is Hitoyashi Habi. You most likely won't know by that name. I am Yamada no Orochi, Hayashi-kun's father. Yamada no Orochi is the leader of the Habi clan. Hitoyashi is 7 feet tall in his human form. He has tan skin. He has crimson red eyes. He has black hair that was in a ponytail. He is wearing a robe that is mainly black with green stripes on the end. On the right chest pec it has a serpent on it. On the right arm there is a snake going down. On the snake there was a kanji for Habi. On the left arm there is also a snake. The snake also has a kanji on it. It is leader. On the back of the robe there is a kanji sign. It says, Yamada no Orochi, on it. He said to Naruto, Hayashi and I were thinking about how you beat him. He thinks that it was hocus pocus, but I think it was a jutsu. Do you mind telling us what happened? Naruto was shocked. It is not every day a legend wants to know you secret. He shook his to get the cobwebs out. He said, it is simple Hitoyashi-sama. Hayashi underestimated me. You see, from the very beginning I had a cage bushin there. I hanged it into a patch of grass. It was never seen or heard. So Hayashi did not pay it attention, especially the flux of chakra. So when he came to attack me with your former fang, I was able to use the Jutsu Kawiniri no Jutsu, body replacement technique, with no hands, so when he hit me, he actually hit my bushin. Then I charged up my chakra into one place, which I would not have done if those rose thorns did not up my chakra. So when the smoke from the explosion occurred, he did not see me connect the kick into his head. Hayashi smirked. He said, Chu-sama, I like this dude. He is like the bro I never had. Yamada's eyes started to twitch. He calmed down as he asked, Hayashi-kun, you just met Naruto-kun. How do you know that he could be your friend? Hayashi with his quick witticism said, Chu-sama, he is just like us. He is good in combat. He is sneaky against enemies. He gets up when he is down. He is underestimated. He thinks plans to escape or win depending on the situation. Ultimately he never gives up, just like how we never gave up getting our reputation back. Quote. Hitoyashi had to agree with that. He said, Sochi, is there something that you need to talk to Naruto about? Hayashi had a thoughtful look on his face. Then it hit Hayashi like a ton of bricks. He said, Yay, Chu-sama, I remember. Okay, Naruto, I want to talk to you about you and your mother. Listen before you get angry all over again. I am not telling to automatically forgive her. It is not that simple, but at least give her a chance as your leader. I lost my mother when I was born. I will never experience her love, but you can experience your mother's love. Just think about it. Naruto just sat there as everyone left. He had a lot to think about. Naruto was lying in the guest quarters of the hubby main family. His eyes looked out at the window. He sees the night sky. He looked as the moon was shining a great light. He also noticed that the moon's light was parting the clouds. It was like a connection to him. Naruto got up after looking in the beautiful moon. It made him wonder. He thought to himself, can I be like the moon on this cloudy night? It breaks through all of the clouds with the help of its friend the moon. Is that how I am going to be to break through the pain? Naruto shook his head. He was starting to think that he is in over his head with this comparison. He sighed as he wished he was just a normal person. Yet, he is starting to question what the hell humanity is. He does not even know if he wants to be a part of what humanity is. He got up and walked to the bathroom. He needed to clear his mind, even if it means that he had to go to the bathroom. When he walked out of his door to the bathroom, he hit into somebody. It was Nia Yoko. Nia and Naruto went down onto the floor with a thud. He rubbed his head as he saw Nia's breast jiggle. A little bit of blood was coming down from his nose. Nia opened her eyes as she too rubbed her head. She saw Naruto on the floor also. She saw that he had a blood coming down his nose. She asked in worry, Naruto-sama, are you okay? You are bleeding from your nose. Naruto's eyes went wide. He quickly wiped his nose. She turned her head in slight confusion. Then it hit her like a ton of bricks. She turned red in embarrassment. She slapped him on the arm. She mumbled as she huffed, Pervert. Naruto raised his hands trying to explain. Unfortunately it was all for naught. Yet through all of this Naruto came up with an idea. He asked her, Nia-chan, can you come into my room? Her eyes went wide. She with her perverted mind thought he wanted to have sex with her. Although she would not mind, she does not believe he is old enough to have sex. For God's sakes, he is only 13. But that didn't mean that she could tease him. She asked him in a sing-along voice, Naruto-sama, why do you want me in your room? I didn't know you were so into me, Naruto-sama. You want to touch these luscious breasts? Or do you want to grip this perfect butt? Which one is it? Naruto nearly died. His blood was all over the floor. His eyes rolled to behind his head. He was shot back into his guest room. Nia giggled at her best friend possible lover. She could only do it to Naruto. She would freak if that even happened in her dreams. She could never ever do that in public. That just made her even more paranoid. So she quickly went into her, Naruto-sama's, room. She quickly closed the door as she was breathing really hard. She hoped no one saw her like that. She looked over at Naruto. She saw him started to wake up. He was mumbling in his sleep, Nia-chan's perfect breasts and beautiful ass. Her face was extremely red. Naruto shook his head to get the cobwebs out. He saw his red head and red-faced best friend. This definitely made Naruto forget about his troubles. But now he was worried about the problem of his pants getting tired. He had to strike up a conversation soon or he would quickly find out if she is a screamer or. He asked her, Nia-chan, can you tell me about your travels around the elemental countries and the world in general? Nia had a cute, confused, innocent look on her face. It made it harder for Naruto to control his hormones. Her tail was wagging side to side enticing Naruto. Naruto's will was strong but he did not know how long it will take until it shatters. She saw his erection but was totally oblivious how quick Naruto's hormones are rising. His pheromones are about to take control. She said, my travels were interesting. I went to Kurigakure no Sato, village hidden in the mist. At Kiri, I learned Kenjutsu. I am actually a natural at it. I could teach you in the way of the sword, young Padawan. Naruto's eyes twitched. He did not know what a Padawan is. He asked her, Nia-chan, I have 2 questions. 1. What is a Padawan? 2. Why do you call me Naruto-sama? Quote. The Kitsune Hanyu giggled at Naruto's twitch. Slowly but surely his problem was coming down. She said, Naruto-sama, a Padawan is simply a young apprentice. Think of it as being the same level as a genin. Now as to why I call you Naruto-sama, it is because you are higher status than I. I am just a lonely Hanyu. Naruto's hand started to twitch. He thought to himself, how could she think that she is lower than me? He had to know who instilled this thinking process into her. He asked her, Nia-chan, who told you that you were lower than me? She replied in a sad voice, it is reality. I mean I don't need someone to tell me that. I mean look around Naruto, I am just an outcast in this world. I will. She was cut off by Naruto. Naruto tackled her to the bed. He had red eyes. He held her arms above her head. He started to growl at her. Her eyes went wide. She never thought that Naruto would have the speed or the force to have her in this situation. It excited her that he could be this forceful. He growled into her ear, never say that again. You are worth so much more than that. You mean so much to me. All I see is a person that is equal to me. I am not better than you. If anything, you are better than me. You are so beautiful. I see an amazing person in you. You mean more to me than almost anything. So please don't sell yourself short ever again. She nodded. He got off of her. But before he did that, he kissed her passionately. She was so surprised that she didn't even move. Her mouth was wide open, was being ravaged by Naruto. About a few seconds later, Naruto fell on his butt. He promptly passed out. She could only blink. As soon as she realized what happened, she blushed up a wild storm. She touched her lips with her fingertip. She had to admit his lips were soft. She realized that she could not leave because there was a huge possibility that she might get caught leaving. Also, it was also chilly in here, so she might as well just get warm. She kept blushing at these thoughts. She looked left and right to see if anyone watching. She quickly cuddled up to Naruto. She nuzzled into his chest. She wrapped her tails around Naruto's legs. She was a little bit surprised by Naruto's warmth. She easily started to fall asleep on her brand new pillow. She thought to herself as she was falling asleep, I guess mom was right. She fell asleep on her brand new pillow. A few hours later, the sun came up. A snake appeared in his human form. He was giving an order by Yamada no Orochi himself. In his right hand, he had a wardrobe for the prince. Naruto had a meeting with the current clan leaders. For what reason, the snake did not know. All he knew was he has an order to do. He knocked on the door. When he heard no answer, he knocked again. Once again he did not receive an answer. So he opened the door. He saw Nia on Naruto in a very provocative position. First off, her clothes show a lot off cleavage. Her legs were intertwined with Naruto's. Her arms were DD over Naruto's stomach. Her head was nestled into Naruto's chest. Her tail was swishing side to side. Naruto was ing something about big boobs. The snake would have had a big nosebleed. Unfortunately or fortunately depending on the situation, he is cold-blooded and saw things that would blow people's minds. So this was nothing big. That did not mean that he was not going to tease the young prince. He said in a calm voice, "Naruto-sama, it is time to wake up." Naruto grumbled something about 5 more minutes. The snake knew he would say something like that. As a result he went over to the blinds and lifted them. The sun automatically hit the wind. It caused the light to hit Naruto head on. Naruto groaned as he knew he was officially up. He noticed that he had weight that was not his own. He then heard rhythmic breathing. He looked down and saw a red hair going up and down. His rolled as he knew who it was. He whispered into Nia's ear, "Nia-cha, it is time to wake up." She mumbled to Naruto, 5 more minutes. Naruto said, "Nia-chan, there is a guy here, who has a big bowl of rabbit ramen." Her eyes went wide. She quickly jumped up and started to chant about ramen. She grabbed the snake asking for the ramen. The snake had a tick on top of his eyebrow. He said in a calm voice, "Naruto-sama, it seems like you are tired right now. Was it because of the activities with Nia-san?" Naruto blushed at the implication. Nia on the other hand hid behind Naruto as she blushed up a storm. She had always been shy about her life, that includes sex life or lack thereof. So this was extremely problematic for her. Naruto had a look of concern for her. The snake just waved his hand. He said, "Naruto-sama, I was just joking, I didn't see a change your body heat that occurs during sex. As to why I'm here, I was ordered to give you your brand new robes for your early meeting with the current council. They just announced it last night." Naruto nodded. He started to analyze the situation. He asked, "What is the meeting going to be about? By the way, what is your name?" The snake said, "I don't remember my name after the war. I do not know what the council meeting is about, but it must be important." Naruto had a frown on his face. How could this man not have a name, he thought to himself. He said, "Snake-san, I think I have a name for you." The snake turned his head to the side. He said, "Oh, what should my name be?" Naruto said, "How about the name Kale?" The snake blinked. He had an emotionless blank look on his face. That only lasted a second as the snake gained a big smile on his face. He said, "Naruto-sama, I like it." Naruto smiled as he was happy the man has a name. It is said, to have value is to have a name. He then saw the newly named Kale walk away. He saw his robes there and went to the bathroom to take a shower and get dressed. A few minutes later Naruto went to the council. Naruto looked at the real demon council. He saw the legends that have forever sketched the world as the know-it. He knew and actually talked to one of the legends, Yamada no Orochi. Yet to see these legends looking at him with some respect, it unnerved him. They unconsciously took away Naruto's bread and butter, underestimation. Naruto was not able to use his bread and butter to pump himself up. He cursed slightly at this. The first to speak is Yamada. He said, "Naruto-kun, we asked for your attendance to this meet. The reason being is as almost all villages and worlds we have an army or defense team to protect our world. The leaders have to serve in the army so we can be the leaders of our clan. You are particularly important because you will rule this land. So you must choose up to 4 people to be your teammates. Right here are the files on the 4 you could choose." Naruto nodded. He replied, "Thank you Yamada-sama for these files. Kushina-sama, I already have chose my 4 people." Kushina blinked at Naruto. She thought to herself, how could he already know who he wants on his team? This could get interesting. This family is known for pulling things out of our asses and works. Let's see how this will go. She said, "Naruto-kun." Naruto tensed at this. "I want to know, how could you know who you want on your team? You should at least look at the files to see the capabilities of your team." Naruto shook his head in a no fashion. He said, "It's okay Kushina-sama. I understand your point. I just have a feeling on how this team could be." Kushina nodded. She just hoped that her Sochi was right. She said, "Naruto-kun, before I ask who your choices are, I am obligated to tell you that your team will be your team until you ascend, or if you choose a clan heir ascends into their position. So are you sure these are your choices?" Naruto nodded. She sighed. She at least sees that Naruto is at least not telling her, You. She rubbed her head. She might as well stop beating around the bush. She said, Naruto-kun, what are your choices? Naruto said, my choices are XXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXXX 4 brand new teammates. Half of them were grumpy. One of them was annoyed and irritated. The other was nervous and kind of excited. Naruto had a cheerful fake face on. He said, "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Naruto Uzumaki and I am your team leader. I am new at leadership, so bear with me. My goal is to be the best team out there. I also want us to be a family. We will work as a unit. But for us to do that, I need us to know each other. So what I want you guys to do is take one of my Kage Bushin to your portal and we will have a one-on-one talk. Do you understand?" The 4 nodded, although one did it begrudgingly. First Kage Bushin XXX. Naruto's first Kage Bushin went into the world of darkness. The darkness was actually pretty calming. He actually liked it. The person he was with, on the other hand, was not happy. She was downright pissed. She hated all people from Konoha. So for her, being led by a person from Konoha pissed her the off. Naruto found a stump to sit on. He, being polite gentleman, let her sit on the stump. She sat down, albeit with anger in her posture. He saw this and was confused about it. He squatted down to look her eye to eye. He saw her beautiful fuchsia eyes. She growled as she caught Naruto staring in her eyes. She said, "Well, Taiku-sama, what is that you want to know about me?" Naruto looked at her incredulously. She barely met him and she is sneering at him. Could she be on it, he thought. He shook his head. Naruto said, "Tenga-san, I do not know why you are mad at me, but it really does not matter. Okay, we got to talk about it, but first introduce yourself." She huffed at him. She said, "I am Tenga Crow, the heiress of the Crow clan. I like shiny things and my parents. I dislike a lot of things like meeting new people. I hate people who kill for no reason and people from Konoha. I extremely hate people from Konohagkure. What I want to complete my dream is to avenge the death of my mother." Naruto's eyes widened. Naruto said, "I am going to take a college go to this. The reason you hate Konoha is because they killed your mother. May I ask you who your mother is?" She looked at him with disdain. He was right on the money. She said, "You hit us right on the money, Naruto-san. I don't know why I'm telling you who my mother is, but it does not even matter. My mother is Makoto." Naruto's eyes went wide. His jaw dropped as well. Her mother was the wife of Fugaku Uchiha. He said, "So you are the sister of Itachi Uchiha." She puffed. She said, "Nisan is my older twin. He was given a mission to watch you and my mother as she married into some clan. Then I find out that Itachi killed her. I don't believe him. I believe someone else killed her. I have a gut feeling. I hate them all from Konoha." Naruto did something that surprised Tenga. He said lowly, "I'm sorry about your mother. I never had a mother when I grew up. For that matter, I never had anyone. So I never knew what it felt like to have the love of parents." He chuckled bitterly. He continued, "We are just like that proverb, is it better to have lost than to never had at all? I see the world almost the same way you do. The difference is that you are a needle in the haystack and I am the hay in the needle stack." This confused her immensely. She asked him, "What do you mean by that?" Naruto laughed a hollow laugh. This infuriated her as she did not like being laughed at. He saw this and waved his hand. He said, "I am not laughing at you. I just laughed at a thought. You see, you are the needle because you are covered with a cushion. So while you are blind to the world of politics, you are able to have wiggle room. I, on the other hand, is completely blind. Anywhere I move it gets stabbed the needles. I can't even open my eyes as I will get stabbed. So I can't move in this world. So when I opened my eyes I can't believe it until I realized what I was. I was the hay the whole time. When you open your eyes you will see that everything that you believe is just the skin. So you might be right that he might not have killed her. But it is just the thought. To be honest, I don't like Konoha that much either. I have been blinded to become a weapon for them. They did things to me I don't want to talk about. I am not saying what they did to you was right, as it is wrong too, but you should have a different attitude towards it. I mean, think about it, we have missions that will have people in the same position as you. Now you can help them as they will need you also." Quote. She was shocked by his answer. She actually had a small smile as she was able to understand what he meant even though he was confused on how to say it. He might be an idiot on how to say it but she understood it perfectly. She then started to talk to Naruto about small things. This made Naruto extremely happy. The real Naruto decided to go with one of his new teammates through the portal. He was currently rubbing something on his hip that has been unnoticed before. As he remembered it he started to fondle it. Flashback. Last night, after meeting with the council, Naruto practically took up residence at Yamada's guest house. He was once again trying to sleep. It did not happen though as he looked at the moon's siphoned light. It hit him in the face. Naruto thought to himself, what is with the moon? I guess I really can't complain though. The moon has been there watching me and guiding me my whole life. It has given me warmth through the cold winter nights on the streets of Konoha. I guess it is more than an it, but a she. She was like a protector I guess. She deserves a name. I guess she is like a guardian angel to me. Let me think. I got it. Jeshoku Shugotensei, the guardian angel, the lunar eclipse. She is the darkness that illuminates my life. He said, Hoku-chan, I guess you need a companion tonight. I know what it feels like to be lonely. I guess it is a mutually feeling that brought us together. You helped me while I talked to you. I haven't been putting up my end of the deal. I am truly sorry about that. It is just that so many things have been going through my mind and life that it has been making actually turned my world upside down. I guess you are the only constant that I can feel. I see my friend Nia-chan for the first time in 6 years. Now whenever I look at her I have this urge to mate with her. Then I find out that my mother is alive. Not only that but she is the queen of a land. No, she is the queen of a whole world. Why didn't she bring her son with her? Why did I have to grow up so fast and see the darkness of the world? What did I do to deserve such pain? You know I haven't played my guitar in so long. I have a song that I have to sing. Maybe I will finally get some peace of mind. He pulled out a scroll from his pocket. He put a little bit of chakra onto it. It made a poof sound and smoke came out. When the smoke cleared a guitar came out. He started to string it to get in tune. When he tuned it enough he took a second to take a deep breath. He said, I hope you like it, Hoku-chan. He strung the guitar. He started to sing. In a way, I need a change. From this burnout scene, another time, another town, another everything, but it's always back to you. Stumble out, in the night. From the pouring rain, made the block, sat and thought. There's more I need, it's always back to you. But I'm good without ya. Yeah, I'm good without you. Yeah. How many times can I break till I shatter? Over the line can't define what I'm after. I always turn the car around. Give me a break, let me make my own pattern. All that it takes is some time but I'm shattered. I always turn the car around. I had no idea that the night would take so damn long. Took it out, on the street. While the rain still falls. Push me back to you. But I'm good without ya. Yeah, I'm good without you. Yeah. How many times can I break till I shatter? Over the line can't define what I'm after. I always turn the car around. Give me a break, let me make my own pattern. All that it takes is some time but I'm shattered. I always turn the car around. Give it up, baby. Give it up, now. How many times can I break till I shatter? Over the line can't define what I'm after. I always turn the car around. All that I feel is the realness I'm faking. Taking my time but it's time that I'm wasting. Always turn the car around. How many times can I break till I shatter? Over the line can't define what I'm after. I always turn the car around. Don't wanna turn that car around. I gotta turn this thing around. After he sang the song he starts to fall to sleep. He whispered, good night Hoku-chan. When he woke up at about 6 o'clock am, he saw something on his desk. It was about 5 feet 6 inches long. It was in a gray box with ruby red and gold wrappings. It had a letter on the side of it. The letter said, to Naruto-kun, I know you will turn this thing around and I'm always here to listen. With love Hoku-chan. Naruto was extremely surprised. He was so surprised he fell on his ass. He quickly got up. He thanked Hoku-chan for whatever she has given him. When he opened it, his eyes went wide. It was a flashback end. He was broken out of his flashback because of how he was already through the door. As he exited the portal, he saw a new land. The land had many race tracks around it. There was a kennel to his right. He then saw a big doghouse. He saw a big open field there with stumps, trees, and fire hydrants. Naruto took a seat at the stump. His teammate took a seat opposite of Naruto. Naruto and his teammate looked each other eye to eye. Naruto did not break eye contact with the person. Naruto was the first person to speak. He said, "Inuyasha-san, I want to know some stuff about you. I want to know your likes, dislikes, hates, and dreams." Inuyasha rolled his eyes at his new leader. He clearly didn't like him because he looks like a pansy. Inuyasha also disliked the fact that Naruto could come in this world and thinks that he could become a leader of a team just like that. Hell no. Inuyasha has wanted to be the alpha of a team for years, and this punk could get it just like that. No, Inuyasha thought, he is definitely the sword strike of justice. Inuyasha sneered at him. He growled as he said, "I am Inuyasha. I like my girlfriend, my mother, and other things that you shouldn't know or for that matter care about. I dislike callers as they make us slaves. I hate my brother and people who think they could waltz in and take a leadership position from people who have worked their asses off to get. My dream is to become an alpha of a team, then become an alpha over the Inu clan. My first part of my dream is about to become true. Get ready, Naruto, because this is going to be the fight of your life." Inuyasha pulled out his Tetsusaiga at Naruto. Naruto stared at the sword that is threatening to go in between his eyes. It is really surprising that Naruto had yet to start sweating. He could show any emotion because if he does, he might not have a head. He looked at Inuyasha with uncharacteristic stoic eyes. Naruto said in a stoic tone, "So this is how you want to do this? You want me to beat you or give up leadership? To be frank, you are going to wish that you hadn't done this." Naruto pulled out a kunai and pushed the Tetsusaiga out of the way. Inuyasha became angry. He swung down at Naruto. Naruto was able to dodge. He got up and did a spinning leg kick at Inuyasha's head. He missed by an extremely small margin. Inuyasha was able to grab Naruto's leg and started to spin him. He threw Naruto right into an oak tree. What caught Inuyasha off guard was Naruto was able to use the momentum to use his feet to hit the tree and come back at him. Naruto used the acceleration to start spinning with two kunais in his hands. As he was spinning at a fast rate, Inuyasha only saw shiny metal objects coming at him. Inuyasha was able to block the first kunai. The second kunai came and stabbed him in the shoulder. Inuyasha cried out in pain. Naruto used this time to kick him right in the middle of his spine. This forced Inuyasha to go into a tree. Inuyasha was surprised at this but quickly got even more enraged. He pulled the kunai out of his arm and threw it to the side. He came at Naruto with a big healthy cut. Naruto was able to dodge it. It only came back to haunt Naruto as Inuyasha's momentum caused Inuyasha to spin. Inuyasha's sword went right at Naruto. Chihi's sword almost hit Naruto, but Naruto pulled out another kunai. Naruto blocked Inuyasha's sword. The Naruto's legs were bended as he was holding off the Tetsusaiga. Naruto with a heavy heave was able to force the blade back. The defense pushed Inuyasha back. Naruto thought to himself, "Damn, this guy is strong as hell. If he comes back, I don't think I will be able to stop it. I don't want to use it against a teammate. Wait a minute, what was that technique that Iruka-sensei used? I gotta remember what it was." Naruto was putting his hands in the hand sign of the dolphin. Inuyasha saw this hand sign and came directly at Naruto. He did not know what attack Naruto was going to do, but he had to make sure Naruto didn't pull it off. He ran as quickly as he could at Naruto. Naruto started to gather up his chakra yukai. He had to think of it right now. He said, "Irakaden, Baryakanku, dolphin style, sound barrier." Everything happened in slow motion. Inuyasha's sword was coming right for Naruto in between the eyes. Naruto saw the gleaming blade coming at him in between his eyes. As soon as he closed his eyes, it happened. A boom noise was heard. When he opened his eyes, he saw a transparent barrier connected with Inuyasha's sword. Once it connected, it once again became slow motion. The two powers were colliding. The fortunate thing for Naruto was that he saw his barrier get an extra wind. The barrier pushed Inuyasha's word back. It was actually able to hit Inuyasha head-on. It literally threw Inuyasha into a tree. His sword was thrown to the left off him. Inuyasha was unconscious. Naruto was panting hard. If that attack did not work, he would be in big trouble. He got up and tied Inuyasha to the tree he hit. Naruto took Inuyasha's sword. He put a note on it. He stuck it right in front of Inuyasha. He trudged his way back to portal. When Inuyasha woke, he realized Naruto was gone. He also noticed that he has been restricted. He tried to move but he couldn't. He then saw that his sword was in front of him with a note on it. He read it. It said, "We have a team meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Be on time. Yours truly, Naruto Uzumaki, your alpha." Inuyasha did an uncharacteristic whimper. He was beaten and Naruto became the alpha. He has beaten everyone that thought they could be his alpha until now. He underestimated Naruto. He thought to himself, maybe he could be my leader. Hey, how this kid could beat the great Inuyasha. He might be my alpha, but that does not mean I'm not going to keep fighting for it. He started to laugh maniacally. The second Kage Bushin. The Kage Bushin went into a familiar place. Once again he was with the snakes. Quite frankly, Naruto liked the Hubby Palace. He could not believe that people actually believe snakes are evil, especially from Konohagakure. He will ask Hayashi about it. Hayashi looked like he was having fun hanging on a tree. Hayashi said, "Yo, Naruto, what's up with meeting at 8 in the morning? Sheesh, I could have slept till about 12. Hayashi sighed. He continued, "Now what do you want us to do?" Naruto smirked. He laid down on the ground. He was looking at the light blue sky. He said, "Why don't we chill out and relax? I want to simply know what you like, dislike, you know the works." Hayashi looked at Naruto with a bored expression. He said, "Naruto, do I really have to? Fine, I am Hayashi obviously. I like nature, food, to-san, ka-san, sparring, and my girlfriend." Naruto's right eyebrow rose. "I dislike shedding. It is a pain in the ass. I dislike you right now because you are making me do this. I hate 3 people. Those people will never change my opinion. They are Salazar Slytherin, Manda Slytherin, and their summoner, or I should say Meister. Naruto, I am being truly serious about this. If you see any of them, I want you to either summon me or run. I don't give a damn about if your pride tells you not to. These guys are S-ranked humans and demons alike. They will kill you without hesitation. I will teach you how to summon as serpents, but do not go batshit crazy and face them yourselves, you will die. Besides, it is my destiny to kill them. My dream is to be the new Yamada no Orochi and marry my girlfriend. Now it is customary for you to do the same." Naruto nodded. He said, "I am Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, Nia-chan, Hinata-chan, although I wish she talked to me more, and Tsuki and Ayame-chan Ichiraku. I dislike spoiled milk, Uchihas, Konoha's politics, ignorant people who do things like kill and torture because they can, and people who can't see the person in the inside. I hate 3 people. They go in this order. The third is the Kyuubi. The second is my mother. I don't think there is a reason in the world to leave their son. The first is the mothering Yondaime Hokage Arashi Kazama. He put the Ing demon in me. Kushina is just a little below him, just a bit. Know what that? They are on to some level. My dream for the future, I don't really have one. I used to want to be the Hokage, the leader of Konoha, but after I found out what I was and had in me, I knew I would never achieve it, nor did I want to. I guess I have a small goal. The goal is to make our team the best that it could be. I picked my team because somehow, someway I have a connection to all of you." Hayashi's eyes were wide. He did not know who this Yondaime Hokage, Arashi Kazama, is, but he knew if Naruto met him, he, Arashi, might not be alive. Hayashi knew how negative this situation is going. So he was going to tease Naruto. He said, "Hey Naruto, what's up with the harem? I heard 3 chans. How does Nia-chan feel about this, Hinata-chan, or this, Ayame-chan? By the way, I hear from the newly named Kale that you were entangled with the little vixen, or should I call her a minx?" Naruto was blushing deeply. Hayashi pulled had a snake recording the conversation. This was such good blackmail. Naruto said in reply, "Hey Mr. Sarcastic, who is this girlfriend of yours? I bet she is so ugly." Naruto thought he was going to get a negative reaction from Hayashi. Instead he got a shrug from Hayashi. Hayashi pulled something out of his mysterious pocket. It was his wallet made of snake skin. He pulled out a picture from his wallet. He gave the picture to Naruto. He said, "Well, you tell me if she is naughty or not." Naruto looked at the picture and his eyes went wide. It was a picture of Anko on her hands and knees on the table. She had 4-inch stilettos on with black fishnet stockings on. She had her ass up in the air with a thong on and an orange skirt. There is a banner above her. It said, "Happy birthday Hayashi-kun." Naruto screamed out, "You're dating Anko Nichan." Hayashi blinked once. He blinked a second time. He then blinked for a third time. He busted out laughing. This is extremely funny. What are the odds that Hayashi would be dating a girl no lady that Naruto sees as a sister? This is rich. He was going to make Naruto into a bloody pervert. He said, "You know Naruto, you can keep the picture because I have the real thing." Naruto tried to keep his nose in check but he is failing miserably. Hayashi laughed so hard. He said, "She is as good in bed as she looks. The best part is she is all mine and I'm all hers." Naruto just shook his head as his blood was dripping on the floor. He knew he should not be seeing his Nichan as a sexy lady, but he knew that this picture will haunt him in his dreams. But damn, what dream it will be. Naruto shook his head and the blood from his nose. He said to Hayashi, "Hayashi, I have a question." Hayashi shrugged. He was having so much fun. He said, "Yin, what's up?" Naruto asked, "Hayashi, what are your main abilities? I mean, you were able to manipulate nature as if it is nothing. Then I saw you were able to grow out of air. Can you explain?" Hayashi was happy Naruto caught on to this. Most people would be oblivious to this. He said, "Naruto, it is pretty simple. You see, the earth has many protectors. One of the few animals that are protectors of earth are snakes. Why do you think we crawl on the ground or coil up in trees? We watch over the lands and the trees. At first we were supposed to be the messengers to tell someone to help. But over time it seemed like the snakes were the only ones trying to protect the earth. So we were granted fangs and venom. Over time some abused the power. Back to the point, my ancestor was the first to gain the mutation. So because of my family's great protection, nature granted us the use of its ability. So it went down from generation to generation. This generation of Ametsuchi nature users has fallen upon me. The first of many abilities of Ametsuchi is that I could tell the flow of chakra and yukai in all of nature. That makes it so I can't be affected by genjutsu. I also am able to detect abnormalities with a person. You are the biggest enigma that I have ever met. It is like you have a destined fate but can easily go against it. You have every right to go on a rampage and became like an overlord, but your soul is tugging to save the world. It is extremely hard to understand you. To be frank, you could be wearing a mask and no one knows your true side. This is what intrigues me about you. Once you said you had a connection to us, I started to analyze it. I figured it out for you. Let's start with the lovely emo girl. Just like her, I could see that loss of a parent or not having one deeply affected how you feel about the world. With the dog boy, you both want control of something. You personally want control of your life. With Nia-chan, you are a person who wants to break free but it is very afraid to take the first step. With me, well, that is for me to know and you to find out. So when you feel the connection, it is all of us connected together. Naruto nodded dumbly. Hayashi was able to read him like no other. Naruto said, we have a team meeting at 10 am. I am going to lay down as Nia accidentally poofed my brother. Hayashi just laughed it off at Naruto's expression. He waved it off as he left the tree to go train. Naruto was walking back to the guest house. Unknown to him, someone was watching. The person was smiling as he watched his prey go in the room. Then in a blink of an eye the person is gone. Soon you will be mine, Naruto-kun. Very, very soon. The person laughed as the wind howled. It has been a month since the first team meeting. Naruto has started to form into a great leader for the team. Right now they have a mission. There is a liger that is running loose in the city. Their mission is to bring him in safely. They all have walkie-talkie Bluetooths in their ears. They had these black shades that are connected with the Bluetooth. Naruto pressed the button on the Bluetooth. On Naruto's glasses he gained a map and locations. Naruto said, "Team, what are positions?" The first was Tenga. She said, "Vulture here." I'm in bird mode just above. I see the liger is approximately 10 meters east from the forest, Taiku. Naruto nodded. He then heard his other informant. Taiku, this is Cobra, over. Where is the liger at? Naruto responded. He is 10 meters away. He will be there in a few moments. Just keep an eye open. Cobra said, understood. I will be waiting for your next order. Naruto heard a click to notify him that Hayashi had just logged off. Naruto was looking to see what was going on. He clicked the button to get his next target. He said, Bull, are able to control how many casualties? He heard a click. Inuyasha said, Yay, I got control for now. I am able to deflect him for now. Naruto nodded. He said, okay Bull, deflect it for a few seconds. The reinforcements are coming. He heard a click once again notifying him that Inuyasha is offline. He looked at the safest route to get the liger to the forest. He saw what could work. He quickly went back online. He said, Vixen, I want you to direct the liger a little bit northeast. These are the directions that I am sending. I want you to make him chase you. Nia said, understood. Nia was right next to the big liger. She put her hands in the hand sign of the fox. She mumbled something. She took a deep breath and blew out. A fire came out and hit the liger's tail. The liger's eyes went wide. It howled in pain. It looked to see who attacked it. It saw Nia waving it with a fireball in hand. Like a bull he charged at her as it saw the red-colored fire. Nia started to run the route Naruto gave her. She saw the liger coming towards her. It was getting closer and closer to her. She turned the corner really short. She tripped but somersaulted to gain back her momentum. She then felt the breath of the liger right on her cute fluffy tails. She hauled ass as she didn't think she could make it. She silently thought to herself, no more ramen with Naruto. She ran until she reached the trap. She saw the liger lunged at her. Naruto said, Cobra, now. Out of nowhere rose vines came up and wrapped around the liger's legs. The thorns were covered in poison. It was tranquilizers. They are so strong a small dose could take out a full-grown elephant. Their mission was to stop the liger without hurting it too much. They just put him to sleep, not dead, just in a very good sleep. Nia was panting. She was glad that she was not mauled by that beast. She was happy that Naruto made the call at the right moment. She saw the rest of the team gather around her. Their team leader however went to the liger and tied it up. Naruto huffed. He looked at the members his team that were on one knee. Naruto lifted up his jet black sunglasses for they could see his eyes. At first Naruto was extremely stoic. Then Naruto had a grin on his face. He said, good job guys on the completion of this mission. We just set the record for shortest time to capture and retrieve. Inuyasha, great job on defending the civilians. It looks like you are getting better with the Tetsusaiga. Keep up the good work. I also want to know how your special is going later. The problem I see with you is that you use too much energy at one go. Tenga, good job surveying the premises. Also great camouflage. This was very important to keep me informed. Your weakness is your attraction to shiny things. You gotta stay focused. I must admit though your stealth has gone up. So great job. Hayashi, that was a perfect trap. Now I must admit that we are going to work out some teamwork abilities. I say this because if you had given Tenga the tranquilizer we could quite possibly put it to bed early. We also need to work on your range. Nia, we need to work on your speed. I want you to work with Kale with that. Otherwise everything was fine. Before anyone asks me, I did choose my vice captain. My choice is Hayashi. So when I am not around, Hayashi is in charge. Tomorrow I am giving you the day off. We have worked 2 weeks non-stop. We also have the best rookie month in the history of rookies. We are actually better than the Legends team. They are good and all, but I would choose you guys every time. Now on to more business. Our new power suits will be in tomorrow. I will distribute them the day after tomorrow. I have a formal party that I have to attend tomorrow. I will however have some cage bushin at Hayashi's guest house. I also wanted you to know I am building my house and it should be done soon. That is all. Let's go get our money. The team nodded. Inuyasha had the unfortunate job as to carry the liger. The team went to the place where they exchange missions. During this time Naruto was getting hit on by the receptionist. This effectively pissed off Nia and surprisingly Tenga also. 4x later that night xxxxxxxxx. Naruto was eating dinner with snakes. Hayashi was telling his father about how great the team is doing. Yamada was listening to Hayashi's tale. He was clearly impressed as it is not easy to take care of a liger. Yamada told Naruto something. He said, "Naruto-kun, I found out something interesting about your Kage Bushin." Naruto had a confused look on his face. He said slowly, "Oh, what did you find interesting? I know that they do send and relay messages when they go. Poof, what else could they do?" Yamada loved the fact that Naruto was always eager to learn. He said, "Naruto-kun, the Kage Bushin is a technique that only a very few can do. It is not because of the usage of chakra or yukai. You are forcing your full energy onto the world. You are using your own shadow to control them. That is why they are a reflection of you. For this to work you must have three things working for you. They are mind, body, and soul. To be able to use the Kage Bushin the three have to be in sync. The one you use now is the fusion of the forms. I will go into detail with that in one moment. Because of this fact there are three more forms of the Kage Bushins. The first is the Shigai form. This is the body Kage Bushin. It is the form that can fight without poofing at one hit. The way you kill them is like how you kill a normal person. This type will make your body more physical. The way to use this is by having both of your hands apart. Then you have all your fingers and thumbs down except your point and middle. They must be connected to each other, the middle and pointer. The second form is Seishin. The Seishin is the mind Kage Bushin. These are very different Kage Bushin. They are the ones who learn the techniques but never use them. So they specialize in studying. They are particularly weak, but they have the ability of telekinesis. So they could go and transfer data from anywhere. That means they are great for reconnaissance. It is done by having both of your hands horizontal. Your pointer and middle are the ones that should poke out. The thing is they can never touch each other or else it will not work. The third is Reiken. The Reiken is the soul Kage Bushin. It uses chakras from the environment around it. As a result it does not need hand signs to use elemental attacks. The problem with flesh wound. It is an attack on a person's soul. I must warn you that this form is the strongest yet the most vulnerable. The hand sign for this is having your right middle and pointer above your left hand's middle and pointer finger. What makes up the Kage Bushin qualities are easy to identify. From the Shigai form you get the ability to fight and the ability to die. In the Seishin you get the ability to transfer data from one Kage Bushin to another. The weakness is that it takes very little to kill it. Finally from the Reiken you get the ability to gather and use chakra. The weakness is that it takes a lot of you. So the Kage Bushin is not something to play with. Also you should try the different Kage Bushins. Naruto nodded and kept talking to them for the rest of the evening. XXXXXXX the next day XXXXXXXXXXX. Naruto got up. Today was the day of this party. He knows that they wanted him there for the appearance of the Prince of Demons. He shrugged internally as it did not matter that much to him. He was curious though as to whom the Prince of Dolphins is. He has heard many stories about him. He heard that this person made commander which is like the Anbu in leadership role in 1 year. This person is said to be able to defeat 100 ligers all by himself. He knows that it is hard to shut down one but 100 at one time is outstanding. He is also a commander which is the same position as an Anbu captain. So this guy must be good. The question that has been bothering him is why did this guy give up his right to the throne? He is one of the most powerful heirs to exist. He got dressed in formal kimono. Underneath he has his swimming trunks. He is going to have lots of fun. He hoped. X at the party XX. Naruto saw a water park theme. He heard the music pumping. He saw many dolphins and dolphins in their human forms alike playing on the water slide. Some were dancing. Some were even sunbathing. He also some of the clan heads grilling some fish and burgers and other stuff. Naruto saw a banner over the place. It said, "Welcome back." Naruto was just reveling at the party. He did not even notice someone put their arms around his neck. The mysterious person said, "Oh Naruto-kun, I'm so happy that you were able to come. It would not be a party if you weren't here. You know Naruto-kun, you should take a dip." Naruto shivered. He knew exactly who this person is. It is Mina. Mina has had a crush on him since his team started to become popular. She was a little bit shallow. She was in her human form with her D-cup bust and golden brown hair. She has been a tease for a lot of guys. She didn't have a lot of boyfriends because her big brother intimidated them. She has been flirting with Naruto much to the dismay of Tenga and Nya. Naruto had to calm himself down because she liked to play on men's fear. He said in a stoic voice, "Mina-san, may you please get off of me." She frowned slightly. She knew he wasn't gay, but the fact that he is flirting back or even noticing her attempts to bag him. This was a blow to her pride. She will not let this guy get away with that. So she pouted as she said, "Naruto-kun, why are you so mean? I thought you liked me." "Oh well, I have someone you have to meet." She grabbed his arm and dragged him. She dragged him into this mansion that was hosting this party. She pushed him inside. Naruto sighed as every day she wanted him to meet someone new. For example, he met Katarina, her best friend. Why did he need to know Katarina? For the life of him he did not know. He saw 3 people. The first was a woman. She is 5 feet 3 inches tall. Her eyes are deep blue. She has long dark hair with blonde highlights. Her hair went down to her back. She has some bangs hanging on the frame of her face and some just above her eyes on her forehead. She has a light brown complexion. She has hoop earrings on. She is currently wearing red and white polka-dotted bikini and yellow shorts on. She has a tight slim stomach. It went well with her hourglass frame. Right next to her there is a small child. He was no older than 8. He is about 4 feet 1 inch tall. He has brown eyes. He has blonde and brown hair. He has a bowl-cut haircut in the front. On the back it was put up with a rubber band. His bangs were at that same place as his mother. He has a dark skin complexion. He has orange and blue swimming trunks on. There was girl on the other side of the woman. She is no older than 8. She has long dirty blonde hair. Her hair was in a ponytail. She has brownish complexion. She has blue eyes. She is wearing a one-piece swimming suit. Mina said, "Naruto-kun, I would like you to meet Ninya, my sister-in-law." These two are Senio and Rukia, no relation to Bleach. Quote, "Auntie Mina." The 2 children ran up to her. They hugged her for dear life. She hugged them back. Meanwhile they saw their mother bow to this guy. Their mother said, "It is nice to meet you, Naruto-sama." Naruto just dismissed it. He said, "It is just Naruto, Ninya-san." The 2 kids looked at Naruto. They were kids. As a result they did not know who Naruto is. They said, "Excuse me sir, who are you?" Naruto was about to reply but Mina cut him off. He saw that she had a mischievous smile on his face. She said, "He is Uncle Naruto." Naruto and Ninya looked at Mina incredulously. Did she really just say that? Naruto had a look of, "She is so dead." Ninya had a look of, "We will talk later." The kids were oblivious of the looks, went over to Naruto and said, "Uncle Naruto." They jumped him and hugged him. Naruto was caught off guard, fell on his back. He had to admit they felt like they were his nieces and nephews. He got up and ruffled their heads. They were grinning sheepishly. They said, "Uncle Naruto, can you go down the slide with us? Can you, pretty please with whipped cream on top?" They had the puppy eyes. Naruto looked at Mina with disdain. He was not going to stay long and get wet. He unfortunately could not say no to them. He sighed and said, "Sure." They were screaming yeah. They were jumping up and this surprisingly made Naruto happy. He actually cracked a grin. Naruto disrobed himself, showing the girls his muscular buff body. Naruto had scars on his body that showed his hard work. The girls were blushing at his physique. Naruto took the children up to the slide. As soon as Naruto got up the slide he created a cage cushion to go with Senio. He went down with Rukia, not like that perverts. Meanwhile Ninya was a bit peeved. She said to Mina, "Mina, please tell me why I shouldn't kill you for letting my kids go up the slide with a guy that I just met. Second, from the look of his face you guys are not even dating, so what the hell is with this, Uncle Naruto? You better have a real good reason for this, because if does something to my kids I won't care. If he is the prince I will kill him." Mina said, "Ninya Nichan, he is going to be Uncle Naruto. I could feel it. He is not just a fling kind of a person. He actually intrigues me because he does not acknowledge my advances. He also has this aura around him. He is deadly but yet is extremely gentle towards the innocent. In fact, during a mission he protected 5 girls from this rapist that went loose. Naruto among everything in the world hates rapists and child molesters. So he will not do anything to them. By the way, when is he coming? I want to show him my soon-to-be boyfriend. Ninya nodded. She better be right about Naruto. Naruto seemed like a nice guy but still. She was extremely protective of her kids. She had her arms under her bust. She blew her hair out of her eyesight. She said, "He will be here in a few minutes." When the now soaked Naruto and children came out, cat calls and whistles came at Naruto's direction. The women at the party seriously wanted Naruto. Naruto didn't pay attention as he put the kids on his shoulders. He came over to the mother and Mina. Mina was enticed by the water dripping down Naruto's body. She was blushing a deep red. Rukia, being the talkative one, said, "Auntie Mina, why are you looking at Uncle Naruto? Why are deep red?" Mina stopped what she was doing and had a sheepish look. There was a roar of applause. The 5 were looking in the direction of the applause. There was a man that had been in an altercation. The person had a hood on. He walked over to the 5. He hugged Ninya. The kids said, "Daddy," and hugged him. Mina said, "Onisan, you're home." She squeezed him. He made a sound that sounded like, "Oof," when he lifted his head to see who was next to her. Mina said, "Nisan, this is Naruto. He is going to be my next boyfriend." Naruto shot her a dirty look. The guy took off his hood as he wanted to get a better look at this, Naruto. When he did it, Naruto's eyes went into shock. So did the other person. They screamed at the same time. "Iruka-sensei, Naruto." Before either Naruto or Iruka could revel in this, Naruto disappeared. Iruka turned over to see Mina. Mina said, "Iruka-kun, how do you know Naruto-kun?" Iruka sighed. He said, "Naruto was my former student." This shocked Mina and Ninya. With Naruto. Naruto looked around. He noticed that he was in his brand new battle uniform. It even included his favorite shades. Naruto had just ordered the new threads. His new armor was like a new spandex. It is not spandex but a metallic armor. The body is gray. Down the sides it has orange stripes. On the bottom there was a flame on the bottom. On his chest pec there was a captain insignia. On his arm there is a watch. Naruto doesn't know what it does, but it definitely looked high-tech. On the back there is the Uzumaki symbol. Naruto liked his new threads. Although he wanted to know how did he change into this. In front of him was a monitor. Kushina's head popped up on the screen. Naruto was shocked to see her head that big. He could have sworn he saw a wrinkle. The look in her eyes told him this is not time to joke around. Naruto was in stoic position. Kushina said, "Sorry to stop your day off. I have an important mission for you." "Naruto, you have an important mission. Get your team ready as quick as possible." Naruto looked at her and said, "Okay, Kushina Dono. Can you brief me on to what the mission is?" She said, "Of course, Naruto-kun. Our intelligence tells us that someone that rebelled and killed our men during the war. Your mission is to go to Nami no Kuni and kill this person." Naruto's eye twitched. He said, "Okay, Kushina-sama. But could you please tell me who it is that my team has to kill?" Kushina replied, "Gato." The end. Now we will see you in the next video.